Well, good morning, everyone. It's wonderful to see such a large group. My name is Norma Rojas Mora, and I am the Executive Director of Government Relations and Development for Bakersfield College and the Kern Community College District. On behalf of our partners, I would like to welcome you and thank you for being here today. This briefing today is about an incredibly important issue: the future of Kern County. The partners here today will lead an effort in the coming years as one unified coalition that will potentially bring tens of millions of state dollars and hopefully even more in private investment into our community to create a diverse economy with high quality jobs that are accessible to all. At the heart of this effort is the concept of inclusiveness. As you will see, the groups here today represent a range of stakeholders and interests. We acknowledge that we may not always agree on everything, but what's important is that we all share a vision and passion for our community and a common goal of creating a resilient and thriving economy here in Kern. We hope that you, the media, and all of our partners will be part of this effort by publicizing and covering our meetings, sharing information, encouraging conversations as we move forward. Because this is not just the work of a few of us standing up here, but is meant to include input from everyone who calls Kern County home. In today's meeting, we will provide a brief overview of the state funding that we will be working to obtain and the process required to access this funding. We will also introduce each of the groups leading this effort and hear from them. So, what is CERF? Let me introduce Dr. Jessica Grimes to walk you through it.
Thank you, Norma. Good morning, everyone. I'm very excited to introduce a high-level overview of Community Economic Resilience Fund, or as we like to call it, CERF. And we will be transitioning to the slide deck. So if we could show that on the screen, please. I also want to welcome those of you who are online. Let me get that too. All right, as I said before, this is a high-level overview of CERF, and also we will transition to how each co-convener will be working collaboratively via the Kern Coalition, which is what we are calling ourselves as we move forward through this work. Our agenda is as follows. We've already done the welcome, the overview, the Kern Coalition, and then a very important piece, which is community engagement and input, where we will be welcoming you to further meetings and also meaningful engagement, and of course, some questions and answers. So next slide, please. Okay, so what is CERF? It's a Senate bill from Senate Bill 162. And as I said before, it stands for Community Economic Resilience Fund. Its goal is basically equity-centric, about a post-pandemic economic resilience for what is called disinvested communities, communities that are experiencing high unemployment and high poverty rates, and bringing them access to equitable jobs. And when we call equitable jobs, we mean family sustainable wages that breaks generational poverty. So it's pretty epic what we're talking about here. I mentioned a little bit who is the targeted audience. As I said before, disinvested communities is the target audience, but it's going to take a coalition, a collaboration of lots of different key stakeholders coming together to bring this heavy lift, if you will. The timeline for the grant is pretty ambitious. The planning phase is due July 25th. We should hear back from the government around October. And then the fun part starts where we are going to be planning the implementation pieces of the grant. The expectation of the CERF implementation is that we're going to be pretty much reimagining how collaboration looks across intersegmental agencies. And so when we talk about the co-conveners who are represented today in front of you and also online, all of us are coming together with a common goal of bringing equitable jobs to those disinvested communities. It requires looking at data, looking at the equity, looking at high priority industry sectors and seeing where do we need to attract businesses to bring those equitable jobs to our region. It's about creating a transitional plan that is bold, that has vision, and bringing those stakeholders together to economically diversify, to provide sustainability, and of course, I keep mentioning the word equity because that is at the epicenter of what we're doing. Next slide, please. So in order to do this work, there's a lot of different moving parts. And I am proud to say that what you see represented today is a solidarity across a lot of different key stakeholders in a single application for the CERF grant. But there are different moving parts, and so I would like to speak about what those moving parts are. The fiscal agent will be represented by Kern Community College District. That's the fun part of making sure that we're compliant, moving the needle, but we're also going to be doing MOUs with various different agencies to get the work moving forward. The next part is the regional convener. I briefly mentioned that we're calling it the Kern Coalition. The Kern Coalition is an intersegmental partnership across various agencies. You will hear from them today. They are represented by B3K, the Central Labor Council, Kern Community College District, and also CAPK. We are bringing those diverse key stakeholders and leveraging their groups to create what is called the High Road Transition Collaborative. This group is what I like to call the team of teams that comes together to co-develop what this plan is going to look like for our region. And now, without further ado, I'm going to ask Jeremy from CAPK to speak about CAPK.
Thank you, Dr. Grimes. I'm Jeremy Tobias, CEO of Community Action Partnership of Kern. And as many of you know, CAPK is the official anti-poverty agency here in Kern County. And our mission is to serve disadvantaged populations, address the chronic contributors of poverty, and change lives for the better. I cannot express how excited we are to be part of this Kern coalition that is going to lead our regional effort for a brighter future for Kern. CAPK will be leading the community stakeholder group in this process. This effort is the best chance to make our regional economy one that works for all and spreads prosperity to every corner of our community. Creating good jobs and training workers to fill them will change lives for generations to come. It will also transform the economic well-being of our community. I'd like to acknowledge that our mission is aligned with Kern Community College District. The Kern Community College District has been a partner of ours in many efforts, and we appreciate their leadership in bringing us into this collaboration. We've also been partnering with B3K on many of their efforts. We've been involved with B3K since the beginning of that endeavor. Both Kern Community College District and CAPK and B3K all recognize the need to include disinvested communities in this process. So we will create opportunities to improve economic mobility for everyone. As a co-convener, CAPK will ensure that all people we serve have a voice in this process, and that's why we're at the tables, to make sure that happens. We know that collaboration and working together is ultimately going to be the key ingredients to our success. We look forward to this endeavor. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. And as we've all gotten used to hybrid, our next speaker, I believe, is going to be online representing the Central Labor Council, Imelda.
Good morning. Can you see me? Oh, you can't see me. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Now she's a panelist now. She should be able to use her.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can.
Can you see me? Hi, good morning. My name's Imelda Seja-Betkowitz. I am the president of the Mono Central Labor Council, which is an association of various unions representing workers in various industries and sectors. We represent approximately 30 affiliated unions. Having labor's voice at the table is critical in ensuring equitable economic development is achieved in Kern County. By having labor, community, businesses, and education coming together, we can achieve historic changes and investments in underserved communities. In order for Kern County to continue its growth, we just look at other industries outside of agriculture and fossil fuels. Through this initiative, we have an opportunity to create the blueprint for future high-quality jobs for our communities. The state and federal government is looking to Kern on the template for true equitable economic development with a worker-centered approach. We are happy and proud to represent not only our members, but all workers in the team effort to build a stronger economic future. And we look forward to working with the community partners. Thank you.
And we will be making this slide deck available on a website that we are creating to keep you informed. Our next speaker is JP from B3. Okay.
Thank you, Jessica and Norma and Jeremy and Imelda. It's a pleasure for B3K to be joining this Kern Coalition as we pursue the Community Economic Resiliency Fund. The mission of B3K has always been about inclusive economic development. And ultimately, we've set a very high goal of trying to help create 100,000 quality jobs in Kern County over the next 10 years or so. And in order for us to come together and pursue that goal, we believe that CERF and the Kern Coalition can be a catalyst for a new era of working together across the community, making sure that access to these quality jobs is inclusive and that it touches all parts of Kern County, which, as we all know, is a very big geographic area with lots of different communities, disinvested communities, and different interest groups. And so we're very pleased to be coming together to work with Kern Community College District, CAPK, and the Central Labor Council to pursue this work. When we think about economic development, we believe that there are 5 key pillars to that. One of them is talent and workforce, which of course Kern Community College District has been so heavily invested in and is mandated to pursue and has led our region in that effort for decades and decades. We also know that traded sectors are important towards it and bringing in private sector dollars to create these jobs. And then of course, infrastructure is also important. CERF will give us an opportunity to help do data and research to gather identify potential projects that can help with infrastructure. And then governance is also a key one of these 5 pillars. And CERF, again, is an example of where we're building new governance structures that will make balanced representation available to all parts of our community. And then lastly, innovation, which personally has been a passion of mine in supporting our small business owners and entrepreneurs. And we look forward to that also being a component of our CERF planning process going forward. So again, it's our pleasure to be part of this and we're excited about the future.
Thank you, JP. Next slide, please. And I'm going to speak about how Kern Community College District is very excited to be a part of the Kern Coalition. The twin goals of economic and workforce development identified in the CERF grant supported by a coalition, are not new initiatives for Kern Community College District. Kern CCD's workforce development philosophy is buttressed by collaboration and a clear understanding of whom it serves, the top 100% of Kern County. With this understanding of the deeply entrenched poverty in some of our region's rural and urban areas, the CERF grant furthers the Kern Community College District's goal of partnering with others like the Kern Coalition to serve all learners. Bringing this equitable, diverse, and inclusive coalition together is going to bring more resources to those who need it the most. That's going to be seismic. It's going to affect generational poverty, so it's about impacting the community as a whole. CERF has developed an enduring infrastructure to build upon that ensures disinvested communities have access to good quality jobs, like I said before, family sustainable wages in order to thrive. It's about a community-wide socioeconomic uplift that brings open more doors to opportunities that advances a vision of shared prosperity. So I'm very, very excited about what this is going to look like in the coming days. As I said before, one of our goals was not just to inform, but also to invite you and welcome you to community engagement and input. The Kern Coalition is working hard to develop meaningful engagement opportunities for you. In the next few days, we're going to be sending out information about what that looks like. In the meantime, if you want to provide feedback and input, kernserf@kccd.edu email address is located right there, and we are ready to answer any questions you might have. Next slide, please. Oh, we're done. Okay. Questions. Any questions you might have, we're happy to answer. Go ahead, Norma.
Are there any questions at this point? Online? No questions in the audience? Great. Thank you. Any questions? Well, if there are no questions, then I just do want to make a couple of acknowledgements. I see Councilman Andre Gonzalez here with us, as well as Councilman Eric Arias. Thank you so much for engaging in this process and getting us to the finish line. I also need to acknowledge our trustee that is with us today, Nan Gomez Heisberg. Our trustees have really been engaged in this process as well. And I'd like to acknowledge our chancellor, Sonia Christian, who couldn't be here today. But really, I have to say that our chancellor was relentless in pushing for three things with CERF. One, unified application with equity at the center and ensuring that we're addressing economic mobility for all of our workers. So again, thank you all for being here today. And if there are no questions, this will conclude our public announcement. Thank you.